Okay, here I'm again. Okay. Oh, sorry, I just got into a really bad sneezing fit. Look how red my nose is. Anyway, um, stupid allergies. No, I do not have COVID. Once again, I don't have it. Trust me, we attempt every day at work. Okay. Intent is manifestation. Okay. Um, I can't stress this enough. Uh, when you are manifesting, which means when you're creating the scenario, you're making it become a reality. Okay. So the intent that you put into that is the most important thing. You know, we all can sit around and going, oh, well, I would, if I had $1 million, I'd buy this, I'd buy that. And you think about it for 5 or so minutes and then you go on with your everyday mundane things. That's not how you do it in our craft. You sit for a long time sometimes. Our candles, the incense, the mood that we set, like this candle, it's a focus point. You may put herbs in it, manifestation herbs. So they're going up into the atmosphere with your words. As kind of an offering to the gods and goddesses. You got a pleasant aroma with your incense and your candles, and you have all these things to focus on and look at. It helps breed your intent. It helps set the mood. It helps get it in there. Um, Writing down on a piece of paper what you want to happen over and over, but really going over and over it in your head at the same time. That helps. But I'm telling you, that is the most important thing in this craft. Even if you don't have the candles, our tools, as I've said before, that's exactly what they are. They're tools. They assist us. The biggest tool we have, and really the only tool we need, some people have an extremely hard time concentrating. That's why I was not ever really a successful meditator. And I still wouldn't say that I'm all that great at it. I'm way better than I was. I started working on it, I don't know, a year or so ago. Harder, really trying to perfect it and do it. And I've gotten way better at it. And it really does, I have found, have a lot of benefits to it. You feel more relaxed afterwards. You somehow found that inner peace on a really bad day. Or if you're good enough to do it in the mornings before your day actually starts, it could help you with your whole day. I always heard that how you start your day off, pretty much how it's going to end up, if not worse or better. So the intent that you put into your spells is the most important thing. The gods and goddesses help you, yes, but your power has to be in there. It has to be. There cannot be any magic without it. Now, this goes right into the self-care part. And I'm not going to go back over what I said in my last video about mental health. We all already know how important that is, especially in this craft, because you've got to keep your mind strong, your body. to be able to withhold and withstand the energies that you will be dealing with. Um, the energies when they start moving around you. I mean, whoever, whatever movie director, um, like, whenever you see a witch casting a spell, or something, and she's doing this, and you see things start twirling and swirling around, things moving. That's pretty much what really happens. You just can't see it physically. You can feel it. You can feel the energy of it, but you can't necessarily see it going on. So you've got to prepare your body for that because, as I've said before, our human bodies were not designed for that. Um, so it's like, I don't know, say you're getting ready for a track meet. You know, you don't just get up one day and decide that you're going to be a track star and go out there and run a race. No, you train, you persevere, you fast, or go on a diet, or um, whatever you're going to do. You exercise, you lift weights. You start out running small, and then you get longer. If you're a long distance runner, if you're a sprinter, then you sprint as fast as you can so many times a day. You work on it. The craft is no different. Um, you have to keep yourself in tune, balanced out, and the mental stability is very important in this because if your mind isn't healthy, or at least as productive as it can be, then the rest of your body probably isn't going to be either. And since our magic comes from our mind, um, you can't very well put out good spells with a foggy mind, now can you? So you have to learn to clear your mind a lot, as much as possible. A lot of witches will meditate before they start their spells. I don't. Um, I have my ways and things that I do to get in that mode, in that mood, in that, start going towards that realm. But I don't necessarily what you would call meditate before my spells or my incantations. Some witches run, exercise, depending on what kind of spell you're going to do. There are some spells, but they're the really deep spells that the newer witches, I won't say wouldn't be able to do, because I never want to say that. They would need, more than likely, they will need a lot more practice to do something that deep, because it consists of so much. I'm not even going to say what all spells those contain, but there's just some that you need to work yourself up to. If you don't know how to swim, are you going to jump off the diving board into the deep end? Probably not. Learn how to doggy paddle first. The little things. Start with the small things. Don't just dive in head first until you know what you're diving into. The self-care part of it, I've just mentioned a few of them. A lot of us like to go. Now, there is a difference between a purifying bath and a ritual bath. Okay. There really is a difference. The purifying bath, you go run your water. You may have sea salt in there. You may have a certain blend of herbs. I boil mine on the stove, heat them up real good and let them set for a couple hours. And then I pour it into my water. if the herbs are small enough, if you've ground them down, whatever, you don't want to ground it into mud because you don't want that going down your drain. But, certain herbs you wouldn't want to put in there whole either. That's just common sense. Or you could drain it. It'd probably be just easier and better on your plumbing if you just drained all that off and, use the liquid and just pour it in your water. However you want to do it. Now, there's different herbs you use for different things. Calendula is a really good, I like using that in my bath water. It's good for helping with manifestation, cleansing, purifying. It's good for a lot of things. I need to do a video on that. I don't think I have a video on calendula. But anyway, there's you something you can do. You can research these herbs. But you, like in a purifying bath, I mainly would use sea salt and maybe something that smelled good. If you don't have sea salt, use regular salt. Now, might I add, if you have a cut or anything else like that on your body, it's probably going to burn, but it's not going to kill you. Okay. Just sit in your saltwater bath. Put on your music, light your candles, you can make up a chant to say. Always make sure that you take some of the water, like even just dip your fingers in it and let it drip over your head. Cleanse from the top down. When you get out of a cleansing bath or purification bath, people will tell you different things, okay? I usually will stand on a rug or a towel, whatever, for just a little bit, and it's actually, I kind of drip dry. I have been known to put on my robe, soaking wet, just put my robe on because I'm really cold natured and I don't want to stand in there, freezing my tail end off while I dry. So I have been known to do that and come in here and just sit and wait for my body to actually dry off, that, to soak into my skin. Now, so when I say salt, you put salt in your water, I don't mean go in there and pour a whole bottle of sea salt in your water. Okay. You don't have to do that. It doesn't take much. If you run a full bath of water, maybe this little part of your palm full, just drop it in there. While you're in there, swish your water around. If you're doing this to evoke a god or goddess, think about what you're going to say. It's very important when you go before them that you know what you're going to say. Don't go in there, and sit down at your altar and go blip, 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 because they don't have time for that. Eventually, they're going to say, okay, well, when you know what you want, come back. I'm getting out of here for now. Think about all that. You can do that. The purifying, it's really kind of all in this one and the same, if that makes sense. You cleanse and you purify at the same time. You're cleansing your mind and you're purifying your body. Because once you get in there to do this ritual or spell, I'm not saying you have to do this before every spell either. If you're going to do a major ritual, yes, please do this. First of all, even if you don't think of the witchy part of it, first of all, it is going to relax you enough to where the day's tension might leave. Everything else that may be weighing on your mind is it going to affect you while you're doing this ritual? Okay, because that ritual is between you and your gods and goddesses. Okay, nothing else should be in your head but what you're doing at that moment, or it's not going to be a successful ritual because your head's already still clouded with all the crap that happened today. If you say, I don't know, for instance, if you say, "Oh, mighty Hecate, I come before you to honor you," and say this and that, and then you stop, and all of a sudden you get this click in your head about, huh, did I lock my did I actually shut my locker at work today? Did I sign my name to that paper? You're gonna have that going on. That breaks the moment right there. You have to start all over. So just have a clear head. Know once you get out of that bath, you leave straight from that bath, you go into your altar room or your space, wherever you're going, and you perform that ritual right then and there. Nothing else gets in the way. Um, while your mind is clear and focused only on that, because once again, intent, focus is the main two things. One thing is intent that you need in this craft. Um, so that goes right hand in hand with your self care. Um, I like taking baths, all the time. Not just, I'm not talking about just ritual baths. I mean, I guess you can turn anything into a ritual bath. You could, um, I don't know. There are rituals that you can do in the bathtub. I guess you could do anything in the bathtub. You're a witch. You can do anything anywhere. But the what I consider the ritual bath is the bath that you are cleansing yourself before you do your ritual. Okay. Now, the self care could be the bath intended strictly for you in your own self care, your relaxation. Um, you could, and I know this is probably not possible for especially a lot of the females, that are that have young children and full time jobs, and life just gets too busy to sit in the tub for an hour, although we'd like to. Um, but if you can set aside one night a week for self care, say on your day off, your first day off from work. Yeah, I realize there's probably bills to pay, errands to run. Um, but if you have kids in school, you know, drop them off at school, organize your day around where you can fit that time in, even if it's just for an hour, you know. Um, shoot, everybody needs and deserves an hour to themselves of every day. Um, to do whatever they want to do. You can journal. Self care does not mean necessarily, putting your lotions on and doing your hair and taking your bath. And, I mean, it could be journaling, it could be reading, it could be watching something um, on the internet that you've been wanting to watch and haven't got to see it yet. Anything that is for you and only you for that hour. Okay. Some people don't need that long. Some people aren't, I guess you would consider needy. I'm needy. And we all should be a little bit, because that is one thing that will keep stress out of your life, or should I say at a minimum. Now, it's not going to keep it all out. We all know that. But if you keep the stress down, then what else goes down? Mood swings, irritability, um, lack of uh, focus, all kinds of things that you just don't want to deal with. You're just edgy, you're moody because you have no time to yourself. And I don't care if somebody calls you selfish. Say, damn right I am. You know, somebody's got to take care of me. Um, but do that. You know, take a nice long hot bath. And you don't have to think about anything if you don't want to. Put your favorite bath oil in there. And I'm not talking about anything witchy. If it is witchy, all the better. Everything in my life and in my house is witchy. Um, you can blend up other herbs. There's lavender and uh, apple leaves and you know, just all kinds of different things that you can put together and put in your bath water. That makes it smell good. And you know, there's oils that you can put on your body when you get out. You can make your own oil. Put rose oil on. The aroma alone of the rose oil is really nice. I like the rose oil after a bath. I'm not really a rose person. I think they're pretty. I haven't. It's not one of my favorite smells. Um, Mine is a carnation. I love carnations. Um, the rose is a symbol, also, as we all know in the craft. But that's the time for you to do just pretty much whatever the hell you want to do that makes you feel good, whatever that might be. Now, hey, if cleaning your house makes you feel good, I mean, I know it does us all. That's not what I'm saying. Um, you know, there's not one of us that have, when our house is, you know, we've worked on our house all day and we sit down in the evening and go, whew, I'm tired. And then we look around our house and everything, everywhere we look, it's clean. That makes you feel good. And it also has gotten rid of negative energy in your home. Yes. There's washes that you can make up to clean your mirrors with, because when you're a witch and you're in these confined walls and you're doing nonstop spells and everything that goes on in that establishment is has to do with witchery, then you may have not so welcomed energies lingering around. Some people can't stand the smell of sage. You know, there's other herbs that you can use to cleanse and purify your home. Anyway, there's just so many things that you can do for self care. Um, I mean, hundreds, and how come I can't think of them all? The main one is my baths. I like my baths. I like sitting there. I like to feel when I get out. You can imagine um, all of the stress. You know, if you lay down in the tub, shut your eyes, and just imagine starting from the top of your head all the way down, the stress just leaving your body, going out the bottom of your feet. And when you feel that, you know, it's gone, get out, dry yourself off. When you pull that plug, all that goes down the drain to be recycled back into good energy. See what I mean? Um, Shoot, take a radio in there and listen to your favorite song, or just listen to a, meditation type music. Um, Anything to relax you, because we all know what stress can do. And in the witch realm, we don't like that because it messes us up. It messes with our spells, how we perform. Um, it's just not a very welcome guest. So, you know, you have to protect your energy, and that's one way of doing it. Um, Protect yourself, and therefore you protect your energy. That's why we have protections that we put into place. You can even make some sort of lotion or oil to put on after your bath. for protection. Go through your herbs and find the ones that are good for that and make you an oil. I have videos up on how to make them. You can make an oil. I'm not saying you have to like soak yourself in it, but you can put a little bit on the back of your knees, maybe on the inside of your elbows, maybe right here, you know, sort of where your stress points are. The tops of your feet. Um, and sleep with that on, you know. Now, once again, I have to say this, a disclaimer. If you know you're allergic to something, don't put it on you. Shouldn't have to say that, but sure enough, I don't. Now, you may come across something that you didn't know you were allergic to, but you are. And that's why I always say, if you make an oil, first of all, make sure that you write down everything that's in it in your book of shadows or on a piece of paper. I usually write things down on a piece of paper first. If they work for me, then I'll transfer them into my book of shadows because I don't want it all marked through and X'd out. That's just not a very organized book of shadows. So if it works and I like it, then I'll put it in there for another time to use for another time. Anyway, you write it all down, and if it breaks you out, then you'll know one of them ingredients did it. If you've used one of them before and it didn't happen, then you know it's the other one. This happened to me. I was taking this herbal supplement. I can't even remember what the name of it was, and even if I could, I'm probably not supposed to say it. But it has black cohosh in it. And I've always read the ingredients on everything, especially things I'm going to ingest, because I'll take a lot of medicine, and some medicine I just cannot take. It'll interfere with herbs I can't, or vitamins, whatever I can't take because it'll interfere with my medication. So I always read that and do my homework on that. But everything was in there, was fine, except I had never, that I knew of, had anything with black cohosh in it. And, I'm really not allergic to that much stuff, so I really wasn't that worried about it. Well, I started taking this supplement and went to work. Felt fine, nothing wrong with me all day. Come home, take my scrubs off to get, in the tub, and I look down and my shins and my chest right here and on the back of my arms and a few other, parts of my body were just red welt. I honestly looked like I had measles. Of course, automatically knew it was an allergic reaction to something. And I thought, man, that sucks. So I had to quit taking that. So now I know that not to take anything with black cohosh in it. Black cohosh is actually a really good herb, and I'm sure that I could still, do spells and stuff with it. But as far as putting it on my person or ingesting it, and sometimes you can ingest them and you'll, break out, but I don't know. Maybe just touching it, with my fingertips, I might not, as long as I remember to wash my hands. Depends on how the allergy is. But I won't ever do that again. I won't take nothing with that in it. I don't even have that herb in my house. I don't have a bunch of them. I have another herb coming that I honestly haven't ever worked with. But I'm getting it for a certain thing, and I'll tell y'all when I get it what I'm going to use it for. But it's pennyroyal. There are several different reasons I got it, but I don't know where that went. What the hell? What did I do with that? Sorry, I just lost my incense. It was burning. What happened to it? What happened to it? It ain't over here burning something up. I don't know about. But anyway, you have to protect that energy because it's going to protect you. It always does. So that's what you have to protect. And we have plenty of things in place to do that. The protection amulet, you know, you can say words over it, do some sort of ritual with it, leave it on your altar for a few days, and wear it. That's what that's for, you know, to protect yourself. So, but anyway, I forgot I had that. See what happens when I straighten my papers up. I'll find things that I don't remember I had. Anyway, yeah, yeah. So, now that we got that out of the way, because that's yet another question, I'm trying to answer as many questions as I can while I have time because I'm probably going to be working the next several, I don't even know how many nights, so I won't have a chance to do any videos. I get a lot of questions about the ghost radio. Okay. Now, this can be an extremely controversial subject too. Some people say they're full of crap, they don't believe in them, whatever. I mean, to teach their own. I'm not judging anyone. What I will say is weigh the facts. That's how you figure anything out, isn't it? Break it down, figure out what it is. Now, it does seem kind of weird that, a spirit will just all of a sudden start talking to you. But look at it this way. They are drawn to electronics for some reason. That is how they, sorry, I'll get sidetracked on something. That is how the electricity or the energy flow is what they attach themselves onto and are able to manifest language of some sort or conversation. They pull the energy from energy. Does that make sense? What I'm trying to say? I think you know what I'm trying to say. So that does not surprise me that it's not possible for them to gather energy from radio signals. Now, okay, in my personal opinion, the ghost radio, I'm undecided. I mean, I know, it's a big seller, and who doesn't want to listen to a bunch of ghosts, talk and all that good stuff. But I have an app on my phone, and I've kind of been listening to it here lately just to see what all the fuss is about. What I have noticed is it pretty much says the same thing all the time. On mine and on most of the other radios that I hear with people that have them going on, like on their channels and other people that I know that have them. They pretty much all say the same thing all the time. Now, I don't know why that is. And now the cell phones, it would be, how would I put it, a little bit easier to understand because there's an invisible signal. They're bouncing off the towers everywhere. So, yes, it is quite possible that you're going to have a real entity on that phone. Um, Now, whether I would take everything they said seriously, probably not. Well, for one, anything you hear like that, I don't care what you're doing. You take it with a grain of salt because that's how some of these spirits trick you. Um, that's why I always say, in my other videos, if you're actually talking to them or you hear one, if you know, if there's actually audio involved, you make sure you ask, well, who are you? Who is this? And if they don't answer you, banish them because you don't know what they're about. And it may not be good or healthy, for your energy or anything else for them to be in your presence. So um, I'd be careful with all that. Just saying, that's my opinion. Um, some people might tell you different, but that's the way I feel about it. If anything, they're fun. There's this other app that I've heard of called Randonautica. I myself haven't ever used it, um, but evidently you can ask it something like you can say, or tell it something you want to do. Say, I want to find a dead body, or I want to find money, or I don't know, whatever's in your head. Um, they're saying that it'll take you to these things. It'll give you directions where to go. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. That's just what I'm hearing. That's the new thing out, evidently. Um, well, it's not brand new. I heard about it, I don't know, a couple of months ago, but for the first time. Um, if anything, I guess it'd be fun to do. I mean, I don't guess everything has to be so serious all the time. I try not to be. I usually turn out that way because that's just the type of person I am. But if any of y'all get that app and try it out, let me know how it works out for you. I'm curious. Not enough to get it on my phone, but I'm curious nonetheless about what it does. Um, Never know till you try it, I guess. But I just don't want to be the one to try it. um, anyway, so those are a few things that other things I've had questions about it. And like I said, that ghost radio thing is my opinion only. Nothing against the manufacturers or the companies, none of that. Disclaimer, I'm not bashing no one. I'm saying my personal belief is I'm just undecided. I mean, I'm one of those people. Um, and you'd think that if I believed in witchcraft, that I would believe in anything. Well, that's not true. Witchcraft is a bomb. But anyway, I'm trying to find my chapstick, guys. Um, but yeah, if you try any of these apps, let me know because I'm really curious. I was going to try to get one more question answered because, like I said, after tonight, uh, I probably won't be able to come on here for a while. Um, I had another question about your witch abilities. Well, you probably know what they are. or if you don't feel you have any, especially if you're a brand new witch, you may not have developed them yet. Don't give up on it. And you may not ever have one specific, just outstanding ability. You may be like me. I have a little bit of them all. Um, there's not much that I can't do. Um, I won't say I'm the best or 100% um, at all of them because I'm not. But I'm able and have done every one of them. Um, the gifts, as they call gifts, where you either hear, feel, or see the spirits. I know there's big long words for them, but I'm not gonna. If I said the words, and I just have to explain them too, because some people may not know. Um, some people can do all three. Some people can only sense them, or some people can only hear them. Some people can. I mean, usually, if you can see them, you more than likely have the other two. I believe seeing would be the hardest one, but not necessarily because I I don't know. It depends on, from what I understand, it depends on how powerful the entity is in the first place, on how well it can manifest to you. So you may have, that mastered. You may be able to sense every spirit in every room that you walk into or see them. If that spirit per se is a new one, seriously, if they have not been in the other realm very long, maybe they're just not sure how to go about presenting themselves yet. So that doesn't necessarily mean that you're not a good witch because you don't see it, but you should still be able to sense it being there. Something, um, something in your intuition would tell you that something else is there. You don't know how you know, you just know that something else is there with you. You're not by yourself. Um, have you ever, uh, let's just say, have you ever felt like something is looking at you? Seriously, you may be out in the middle of nowhere and feel like somebody's staring at you, and you look around and plumb behind you, and maybe say you're at a park and there's somebody, sitting on a merry-go-round behind you and they're looking right at you. I mean, boy, they're way back there, but you felt them looking at you. It's kind of what it feels like or how I feel when I know something's in the room with me. I just can't gather enough information at the moment to figure out what it is. Whether it's a good or bad spirit or just some entity that's dropping by, or um, the energy of a god or goddess. Usually the energies of one of them, I will feel instantly because it just becomes so strong. There's just no denying it. You know what it is. Sometimes it's overpowering. I sometimes I get to where I can't even breathe. The main thing I do real quick is get hot. When I'm evoking Hecate, I will get extremely hot, just start burning up, and that's when I know she's pretty dang close to me. But anyway, all right. I think I've answered all the questions I'm going to answer tonight, and talked all I'm going to talk tonight. If you have any more questions, let me know. I'll do my best to answer them, and I will come back on here. I may be able to do one tomorrow night. I don't know. I come on here late anyway, but anyway. maybe I'll try to do one a little earlier just to chat because I don't really get to chat with any of you because it's always so late or early in the morning. This time to me it's late at night. But anyway, blessed be. Wish you all the best. Talk to you later. Bye bye.